Travis Wayne Goodsell. The Church and Mormons have literally destroyed my life. Directly involved themselves in my life to have it destroyed. Not just that being born and raised Mormon led me to failure, but that too, sort of. But the church has put out orders to have me assassinated. And that's disturbing, that my own church would want to have me assassinated. I don't understand why, other than what I found out. And so I get the death threats because, as a Mormon, critically posting about Mormonism, any thumbs down on my videos are death threats. They're hate crimes. And they're incitements for others to likewise put a thumbs down and threaten my life. Mormons don't want to hear it. They're exactly like laymen, who believed that it was his right to rule. And so Nephi had no claim. Mormons say that they trust the prophets. They've had spiritual witnesses that they know it's true. But it's these spiritual witnesses that results in a crisis of faith. Many millions of less active and ex-Mormons have all experienced a crisis of faith because of the church setting them up for failure. In that version of it. That was not my setting up for failure. Because I grew up in Southern California and then went on to the University of Lethbridge up in Canada when I married a half-breed. And so I learned science. And I learned how Joseph Smith's organization was an attempt to be scientific. I went on to decipher Paleo-Hebrew. That led me to deciphering Egyptian petroglyphs. That led me to discovering that the Bible stories, old and new, are derived from translations of the Egyptian petroglyphs. And everybody doesn't believe. Our whole nation are dealing with a crisis of faith because they will not trust science. Science is supposed to be the stable force in life so that we can know what is truth. And yet religion fights against that. The church fights against it as they went through an anti-intellectual phase. And now, under Nelson, they're going in a direction of an anti-science phase. What Mormons demand with their death threats, with their assassination threats, with their abuse, their abusive comments on YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, is that they, for some reason, have been taught that if anybody says something that is not in accordance with their non-scientific, science denial belief system, it therefore is wrong, and therefore must be met with full aggressive violence and threats. And that only pushes people away. Just like for ex-Mormons, lying about the church rather than telling the scientific truth will get people to join the church. You can't be a science denier as an ex-Mormon. Truth comes first. And we don't teach the pursuit of truth in our classrooms. We're given textbooks. We're expected to memorize them. We're expected to believe that what's given in there is correct. Mormons expect me to one day get the feeling in my heart from the Holy Ghost, and then all of a sudden everything will become clear, and I'll realize the error of my ways with science and deny the truth, deny reality, and confess that Jesus, the supernatural, physical Jesus of the Gospels, for Mormon theology, is the Christ. And that the prophets are true. That they're not trying to murder me. They're not trying to murder you by having the church open during a pandemic. And I'm supposed to go back to church, go on my hands and knees to the bishop's office, confess some sin that I've committed. And then the bishop will say, okay, well, we need to put you on probation for a few months because we don't trust you. I'll have to figure out how to pay for the Mormon underwear. And go back to the temple with the inverted pentagram of Lucifer at Salt Lake until the one here in Taylorsville is open. Of course, you gotta wait for the one in Salt Lake to open too. I can't deny truth. I've learned to deny beliefs that I found out were wrong, but I can't deny what I've learned is true. Can't do it. There is nothing to live for in life if I deny truth. I can't live a lie. I can't live in fantasy world. having a hope for something that will never happen. I can't do it. I can't even conceive of it now. Now that I've known the truth, I can't go back. And yet Mormons will get worse towards me. They'll get more violent. Because they're in the right with their beliefs, not knowing a goddamn thing. And it disturbs me that ex-Mormons are also betraying me. That ex-Mormons are believing the church's lies. But for the church, it's, yeah, so what? But ex-Mormons, it's, oh, how dare they? How dare Joseph Smith? But it's lies. They're both believing in lies. And as a result, by spreading the lies, the church is able to get continuous recruits because people find out that ex-Mormons are lying. So, I can't deny truth, guys. I cannot and will not do it, despite all your thumbs down and your continued abuse on me.